Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. From the 10. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Kendrick. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Call it a loss of 5. A big sack to bring up 3rd down. Just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds Watson. It's caught. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And he used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Off the play fake, Kendrick. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of the team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
But Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. The families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. But I remember reading remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Always got some breathing room. The ball comes out. Goodness, nobody wanting to hold on to that football. 2 fumbles, one by each team on the same.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
first down. Dixon. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Dixon. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The Cowboys at 500, sitting at 5-5. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They'll run on first down. Dixon. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
4 yards the pickup, first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Dixon. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll try and run with their fullback. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
On 3rd down, Dixon. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Badgley's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
From the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
They're on the 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Kendrick. Throw left side complete. That's James. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Ball on a give up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, this defense defense for the Cowboys, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. They give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Off play action. Kendrick.
And now he'll fire deep downfield for James.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4.
Here's Blake Gillikin now.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more missteps, though.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Prescott. And Dixon has it. And some room to maneuver. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 38 yards.
And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
On 1st down, Dixon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there.
His 8th rushing touchdown on the year.
And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? that can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Now Hall to start the drive. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Back to throw. Kendrick. James has got it. Complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And 3rd and 8 now. Off the play fake. Kendrick. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st and 10, Kendrick. And Sanders has got it complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. These two teams, they met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas. They'll look to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
It's away, and it's a high kick here, but not high enough to hit the scoreboard here in Dallas. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They run the counter. Dixon. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Third and long for Prescott. Completes it to Dixon.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Dixon. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll run on first down. Dixon.
72 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. It's the fullback as the first half is winding down.
And the Cowboys would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
Throwing on first down. Kendrick. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A final shot before break. Kendrick, he finds his man, complete. It's James. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Hey, kill. 47. Everyone kill.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. He's going to get this one out to his fullback.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down, Prescott. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st down, Dixon. He'll take this to the 46. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and they have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a throw here to his running back.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Then we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd down, Dixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Dixon.
108 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And they'll start the drive here with an end around. And he's got Rome. And all the way down to the 42. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 49 yards on the ground. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And he'll go down at the 28. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Elliott on for the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up the football? We see it all the time.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now a give right side. Dixon. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd down, Dixon. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Prescott to throw on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Off play action. Kendrick. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
They went with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
This offense so far on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. On first down, Kendrick. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
Off the play fake, Kendrick. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Micah Parsons make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Throwing on 3rd and long, Kendrick. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The kick by Elliott is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest to this 4th quarter. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott. It's caught right side, Dixon. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Prescott from the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Dixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Play action now, Prescott. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run. Shape now for 3rd.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Prescott. And Dixon over the middle. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Dixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Now Prescott. This is caught. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. A give to the fullback on the dive. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 2nd down now, Dixon. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And now a carry here for their fullback. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offense.
He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Zadarius Smith able to get him down. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. They find some open field here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for Dallas, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time.